Hello, bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. Welcome back to the Band of Misfits podcast, the showcase of controlled chaos we call our friendship. It's your girl, Panda, coming back at you this week with Muse and Wolf this lovely evening. How is everybody doing?
We're doing good. If you guys can't tell, by the way, if you cannot tell, Panda is currently driving. That's the reason she is quieter.
You heard waves in the background. I apologize.
Yes, apologies.
But I have another 3 hours to kill on my way down to where I normally live. To my mother's house, so.
Down or sideways?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it technically sideways?
I'll say you're driving sideways on a map.
Diagonally, yes. Kind of.
Yeah.
Muse just wants specifics for some odd reason.
It's like diagonally. I'm going from east to west, but also down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Also, Wolf, it's me. Of course I want specifics.
I know.
So, I got a little tidbit of some information before this podcast started about Muse having just graduated from college, so big props to her for that. Yep. But also that she's been assigned a paper post-graduation.
Yes. She has been assigned a paper post-graduation. This paper was assigned by Wolf on Wednesday. I believe we got it in recording, me assigning her the paper. Which this podcast will come out before the recording, though.
Why are so many of you guys just giving Muse homework?
This is good homework, though. Panda, this is good homework. You'll approve of this homework.
Teacher.
No, Panda, you'll approve of this homework.
Okay.
Her assignment is she has to write a paper. How long did I say the paper had to be?
10-page paper, 12-point font, Times Roman numerals, single space.
Yep, single space, no double space.
Single space?
Yes, because this paper, Muse has to write a paper on reasons to love herself.
Wow.
Things she should be self-confident about herself. Okay. And she has to mean it.
Intrigued.
She has to mean it.
I'm intrigued.
And alongside that, I have to do at least a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation.
And yes, she has to make a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation, which she will then present to us.
I think that's a good idea, actually.
The only reason I'm doing this is because Wolf promised me cake.
I said if she does it and if we like her paper, I will read through her paper and she will present.
Do you want me to grade it?
Oh yes, she will be sending it to both of us.
Now listen, I'm a music teacher, not an English teacher, but I have written my fair share of very highly praised papers, mind you.
Can you please not grade me on my grammar?
I will try to resist. Would you like me to make a rubric?
No.
No, just let her write. Don't worry.
I asked Wolf, not Muse.
Exactly. So she didn't ask you. She asked me. And no, don't worry about a rubric.
Okay. It helps me grade if I have a rubric, so I might just make one for myself.
Also, you can make one for yourself. Fair. But yes, Muse will be sending this paper to both you, to Panda, and me. We will both be reading it, and we will be grading it. And she'll be sending it to Shioda as well.
This is me as a teacher saying this. Well, I do think it would be best to have a rubric because then we have unbiased, qualities to grade off of instead of just our opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I think the three of us should get together and make one.
We'll get together and make one.
And I say this because then also she'll have standards that she'll know she has to meet to pass. You know?
No, that's true.
So, so there's a lot of, and I'm not just saying it, I'm saying it because I have a degree in this. I promise I know what I'm talking about. Oh man. Ugh. Okay.
And did this turn into an actual assignment?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. When someone I didn't spend 4 years getting a degree and a teaching license for no reason, okay?
And this is actually something that you need to write a paper about. Even Panda agrees. Panda at first was against it, like, what on earth, why'd you give her an assignment? And then the moment you say what it is, it's like, oh no, that's a good assignment.
Yeah. Now, what are we talking, like, actual, like, are you making like a bibliography for this paper, or is it all just like,
it's kind of a freedom of what she wants to do.
Okay.
But she has to mean what she writes, and we have to agree with what she's written. And then she has to make the 20-slide PowerPoint, which she will then present to us over Discord using screen share. So not only will we be reading and grading her paper, but she will be presenting this PowerPoint to us.
I would be impressed if you found some good scientific reasons to promote self-care, Muse. I
actually already found 6 sources.
Me too.
Good. My mother is yelling at me to go get the food.
Okay.
I have to go get Panera for my family.
Personally, I'm a bigger fan of APA format, but if you do MLA, I will accept that.
I honestly prefer Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was taught at school.
Okay.
Well, then use Chicago.
Chicago's fine. I mean, I'm partial to APA, but I'll take whatever.
I'll say I'm also partial to APA, but that's only because that's what we were taught.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wolf is gonna go get food because I have been basically voluntold I am going to get the food for my family from Panera. So these two will go ahead and talk until I get back.
That used to be my dad's job.
Time to talk trash.
Okay.
Yes, basically everything they talk about I won't know until I get back.
Let's
so
spill some tea.
Okay. Right, I will be back.
Okay, so I've got to tell y'all about some teacher tea that's been going down the last couple of days. If there's anything, and those of you that are students in public school, I hope not many of you, or those of you that are students in college as well, I'm sure this applies to college professors. There's a lot of like gossip and clickiness among teachers, and I'm sure some of you already realized that in your time in school. Or if you are a teacher, then you definitely know this, that there is definitely a popular crowd where there's different cliques of teachers that hang out. You know, and there's also drama among the administration, though, and that's what I'm going to talk about for a second. So I've been made aware of some tea in my administration at the middle school I work at. And one of the things that they were talking about was apparently the assistant principal and the treasurer are not fans of each other at my school. So the treasurer apparently is not well liked by the assistant principal. And so this past week has been a spirit week because it's the week before winter break, and I'm sure that's the case for many of you. So we had catering coming in for teachers, and at the Christmas party, the staff party on Wednesday, we had pasta and stuff from the Italian place, which was great. But apparently the treasurer was planning on getting it catered for something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the assistant principal overrode her and got it catered by the Italian place near where we work. And so that's why she didn't show up to the staff party that Wednesday. And today, when we were heating up leftovers, basically, because we still had tons of food from the week, because we had a baked potato bar yesterday, and then the pasta that was still left over. So we were trying to get rid of all this food.
Yeah.
And at the end of my day, we were just watching a movie today. We weren't really doing anything. And I get an email, and I checked it on my phone because my laptop was playing the movie. And I opened it up, and it was an email from this assistant principal that was like, "Hello, Miss So-and-so. Someone told me that you said I was out for the day, but I'm actually still here, and bell's on." And she put the closed-lipped smiley face on it. And I said, oh my God. And then the treasurer responded like, I apologize. I wasn't able to get a hold of you. Nobody was answering the phone in your office. Glad to see you're still here. And I said,
Jesus.
all right. I was like, and this is the kicker. They sent this to the entire distribution list of the staff of the middle school. And I
Oh
said,
my God.
what is going on? Me and the other elective teachers eat lunch together, and they were filling me in because I teach at the high school in the mornings, you know, and I was not aware of all that goes on. So I was like, oh my God, this is the most passive aggressive shit I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't make this shit up. Oh man, it was wild. There's a lot of wild things, but one of the things that really brightens your day as a teacher, and I don't mean to steal your thunder, Muse, if you want to interject or anything.
Panda, you're breaking up really badly. You're breaking up.
Lovely. I must have hit a weak spot.
You're back.
Lovely. I'm back.
Yep, you're back.
Muse. Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I didn't want to steal the whole show if you wanted to talk about something too. But
I'm good.
okay. Because I gotta tell you, one of the highlights of being a teacher is that people will give you gifts.
Yeah.
A lot. Like parents will give you gifts a lot. But sometimes those gifts are more adult. So today was, like I said, the last day before winter break. So parents and students were bringing in all these cards, gifts, and it was lovely. And I was a Spanish teacher, right? So I was out by students in for the transition to my next class, and the Spanish teacher stops and just talks to me. Panda, I got this gift from a kid. That a kid's mom sent this gift with them to school, and the kid was like, "Oh, you shouldn't open it while students are around," my mom said. So the Spanish teacher was like, "Okay," and so during her planning, she just figured it was like candy. That's like a ring of candy. Very. So she opened it, and one of Bailey's.
Wait.
Of this ring of candy.
Did I hear that correctly?
So, yes, you did.
I don't know. You were breaking up again. You said Bailey's?
Okay. What did you? Yes, I said Bailey's. So there was a bottle of Bailey's in the bottom of this candy ring.
Oh my God.
I know, right? I said, oh my God, okay. And then when I was at the bus level, the kids were dismissing, and I run into one of the 7th grade teachers, and she said that she got this really heavy bag from a student, and she opened it up during her planning, and it was like 3 bottles of wine. And I said, why are these parents just sending booze with their kids to school?
Well, I mean, the parents know the kind of bullshit you guys must be going through.
I mean, that is true, but I was just shocked to send their kid to school was what got me. Oh man.
Jesus. If their kids got caught.
I know, it was great. What if your kid got caught with that? That was my thought. Like, oh my God, that you could expel that. Or at least suspended for time for that. Like, and you're sending booze with your kid to school. I was astounded.
So wait, did you get Bailey's or was it a Spanish teacher?
No, I did not. No, I did not. It was only the Spanish teacher and that 7th grade teacher that I ran into at the end. I did not get any booze, which was fine with me. I'm grown. I can buy my own, and it would make me honestly rather uncomfortable if a student presented me with alcohol.
That's fair.
So, especially with like our much smaller age gap compared to some of the teachers, I
You're roboting again. You. Oh, jeez. Panda, I can't understand you. We might have lost you.
I stopped speaking for a minute.
Oh, I hear you now. Yay.
Yeah, I stopped speaking for a minute.
Okay.
Trying to let it pass.
Yeah.
I'm going through an area where I don't have LTE. So
That makes sense. Jeez. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I have 2 bars. Yeah. So.
Oh gosh.
Alright. How's it feel to not be at school anymore? Is it freeing?
Can I go back?
Trust me, once you get to working, you won't want to. I promise you. I don't miss it at all.
I had fun friends there, and I had freedom.
I really enjoyed college, but I like not having to turn in things, or meet deadlines, and I like having a job, and I like being moved out, and I like being able to live with my partner, all those things are all nice.
Yeah, no, I don't miss the assignments one bit. It's just I kind of miss the freedom.
I know. There's a little bit of freedom for sure in college that you lose as an actual adult.
It's not that.
Yeah. What's wrong? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that small issue.
I moved out pretty much as soon as I graduated. So.
Yeah, I'm slightly stuck at the moment. Still waiting on the damn. I still have to wait till mid-January until I can contact that person for the driving.
I moved out in the July after I graduated in May.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping I'll be able to move out by spring.
You have, how is your savings account like?
It's a little complicated due to some federal stuff, but like I have a few thousand saved up right now.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Fingers crossed.
Oh, I know.
Well. Yeah. I am glad I don't have to deal with the show anymore.
Right? That's the freedom of it. Once you get past those. Concerts are going to be with me for the rest of my life, basically. So, I'm kind of getting... But running them, we had our first concert Monday, and running them, oh my god, that is a completely different story. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Making sure. But it's so stressful. I bit those kids' heads off backstage at one point because they would not shut up. I said, I'm pretty sure I was not clear enough. Clearly I wasn't clear enough. Stop the talking or something like that. And they were like dead silent. And my high schoolers were like, I have never seen you bite someone's head off before, Miss Panda. And I said, I don't think you understand that I'm a different person with some of my middle schoolers than I am with you guys. Like, I have to be. It's different. It's a different dynamic. They're younger. They don't get it. They just got out of elementary school, and they spent half of elementary school in a pandemic.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Like, some of these kids have never set foot in a middle school until this year. I think
Oh,
people don't
God.
understand that the maturity gap is insane. I
Yeah.
I just expect teachers to be able to immediately bounce back from things.
Yeah,
But like,
no.
teaching is one of the only professions where they just expect you to be a complete professional straight out of college. You know. But
Yeah.
like, most other professions, you get tons of training, like you start at the bottom of things, but teaching, you're just immediately thrown to the wolves most of the time.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does a little bit, but you adapt. So you're trying your best. That's one of
Yep.
the woo, especially when you run like that so young. That can be a lot. Like, from scratch, that can be a lot to deal with.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely true.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I tell you, it's worth it because I was very proud of my little baby six.
And that's good.
They were the second best group that went on, and I stand by that.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it's hard to top my high schoolers, but the sixth graders did. I was very impressed with them. So,
Sounds a lot better than when we were in orchestra.
yeah, seventh graders are my sixth graders, basically, in terms of playing.
Yeah.
Yep. I oh my God, this traffic. Jeez.
Oh.
Well, it's the week before Christmas, my dear.
That's very true. It's just you would think it wouldn't be too bad at this time of night.
Oh, a lot of people got off work at 5. I get off work
That's
at
true.
3:30, luckily enough. But
Yeah, and it doesn't help if you're near any towns or cities.
yep. God. But yeah, I don't know what I'm here. I'm on this horrible interstate.
Which interstate?
I-40.
Oh God, yeah.
I hate I-40, but it's the quickest way to get there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So 3 hours. Okay. But anyway, I I think that in the long run, of course, I miss college. Like, I loved college. I met my partner there. My life completely changed during college. I'm a completely different person than when I started college in a lot of different ways, good and maybe like just different. I don't know if bad,
Mhm.
like, to the worst or anything, but I'm better in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm also like just different in a lot of ways. It's like in a neutral way, I think. And I think you'll find that you have grown a lot too at some point. Like,
Yeah.
you don't really realize it, but
Yeah. Yeah. I think again, it still hasn't even hit me that I graduated, and it probably won't until I get this damn diploma.
yeah, I have mine just sitting in my bedroom right now, and it's like, oh my God, I have a college degree. you know,
Yep.
it's kind of crazy. It's a weird thought because you feel like, yeah, you were a teenager like not even that long ago, and now suddenly you were an adult, and
Yeah.
you're like 2 years away from being 25.
Don't remind me on that one.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like we've been in school most of our life, and now it's all of a sudden like, oh,
Adult,
wait.
like an actual adult.
Yep.
Won't hit you until you're paying your own bills, though. I tell you, I'm switching a bunch of stuff out of my mom's name into my name for the 6 week, like my cell phone and all that.
Yeah.
But I already pay my own water bill, my own electricity bill, my own credit card bill, my own like my own gas, my own rent, all that. Like,
Yeah.
so
I'm back.
Good.
I have my own insurance, all that. So it's just completely different.
Yeah, no, I'm going to dread when I have to actually pay for my medical bills just because of how many doctors I have.
Yeah, I'm so thankful I don't have those kinds of issues.
Yeah, dude, I literally, the conversation you guys are having, I just had with my dad. Like, he was talking to me as I was about to unmute. Because, long story short, my sister's at the age where, they put them on, you get put on birth control and things to, like, regulate things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she has some bad symptoms and stuff that come along with it, so they put her on it, and then she had like a bad reaction with the one that she was on, so they were switching her over.
Yeah,
and it was a huge mess because our insurance didn't want to pay for the one that the doctor was trying to put us on, so like we were trying to sort it out with the doctor and get us on a different one, and the doctor was like, "Why can't you just use this one?" We were like, "The insurance isn't covering it."
I thought that. Now I know a lot of things have changed since Obamacare and things are different a little bit, but last time I checked, they should still be covering preventative medication like that. You know.
It just depends. It's not the one that they were trying to put us on wasn't considered a generic brand by our insurance company, and so the insurance was like, "No, we're not going to cover it."
That's true. I use generic for my birth control.
Yeah, and I was having an argument with my dad, which was more of me just saying things and him just being like, "No, I don't agree with you," but it's the truth. I was saying basically, because he was like, "Oh yeah, and your inhaler that you have, like it's the generic brand inhaler, but we only get it at a discounted price, rather than like my sister's birth control, which she's on now, the new one, she gets for free because the insurance covers it 100%. But things that are medically necessary, like inhalers for people with asthma, like me, or insulin for people with who are diabetics and stuff." That's never covered 100%.
It's
like, we need that to survive, and it's expensive.
And but here's the thing, right? And yes, that is definitely true. But what makes it interesting is that birth control, there are some states, and I think they can't do this federally anywhere, but some states still push for it, where they, like, if your employer is like religious, they won't cover birth control at all. You know,
because especially if your employer is Catholic, because it goes against Catholic belief.
Yeah, which is I think a violation of the First Amendment.
I'll say it 1000% is, especially since a lot of people who use it don't use it as like they don't want kids. They use it like my sister does because she has really bad symptoms, and they use it to regulate things.
Even if your sister was on it solely to prevent pregnancy, that shouldn't we want that?
I'll say, shouldn't we want that rather than we get all these teen parents and stuff nowadays. Who can't take care of their kids or don't know what they're doing and stuff. And it's like, shouldn't you want them to prevent it?
If you are so against abortion, why wouldn't you be for birth control? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but no, there's those people that are just, we're pro-life. We believe in all life. It's like, there are some people out there who, if they have another kid, it will kill them.
Yeah, right. And we care about life unless the kid is POC, gay,
autistic, has something wrong with them. Then we don't care.
Right.
Yeah, because that's how most people are, unfortunately.
We want perfect little white babies.
Oh my God, I read this article a couple of years ago. There was a lady, she and her husband were like so excited because they're finally having a kid. They had been trying for like ages to get pregnant. She was finally having a kid, and then when the kid was born, the doctor basically said, "Oh, your kid's autistic."
Okay.
The mother wanted to put him up for adoption immediately.
That's crazy.
And the father filed for divorce and full custody of his child. Because he absolutely refused to give his child up. He said, "This is my kid. I will love him because it is my child, and you should love your kids." He is like, I don't care how much I love my wife. I will divorce her because I love our son more." And literally,
Nice.
he divorced her, and because the court was basically like, "Yeah, she's how dare you do that? How dare you have a kid and say that you don't want them because they're autistic or something?"
Like, of all the reasons to put up child for adoption, you'd be amazed how often that happens.
Oh no, it's very common. It's really sad.
That's the thing. We are so weird having not everybody should have kids. And I do that with my chest because I'm in an area where I've encountered a lot of parents that should not have children.
There are people out there that are like, "Oh, I never wanted kids," and it's like, well, why did you have a kid then?
I don't have kids. Like,
I'll say simple solution: don't have kids. If you don't want a kid, don't have a kid.
Has to raise baby siblings and cousins. She's only 4 or 5 months sober. She has to take care of them after school. One half of her family is racist. She is 15 years old. And they just allow that.
Yeah, no, I just, no. It's not fair on both the parent, and it's definitely not fair on the child.
Why is one of my 15-year-old students raising her siblings? Why do you have to cook for your siblings? Why do you have to get them ready for school? Why do you have to put them to bed before you do your homework? That is not your job.
I'll say that's not your job. Your job is to be a kid.
Right. And it's
instead, you're playing parent.
I think when you teach, and I'm sure teachers, if you listen to my ramblings, I'm sure we've picked up a couple of teachers at some point from all my ramblings about teaching. That at some point, if you've taught in a Title I district, and for those of you that don't know, Title I is more government funded. It's a lot more. Ooh. Why are you beeping at me? The speed limit is 65, friend. Anyway, sorry about that. As I was saying, if you teach in a Title I district, and if you don't know what a Title I district is, that's poor or having a lot more kids that are on government supported meal plans, all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you know how annoying it is when you get when you get parents that come in that are so privileged that want you to just prioritize their child over your sick kids that don't eat when they go home.
Exactly. I'll say people love it when you just prioritize their child. It's just, it's so annoying. I mean, I don't get it from the teacher standpoint. I'm going based on the being a camp counselor standpoint, but still had to deal with parents.
Yeah, it's I have a child whose mother would not buy her glasses, and you want me to care that your child has a B in my class because they won't turn in work? No, I'm not doing that.
No.
I have to loan one of my kids my glasses sometimes because she cannot see the 2 feet in front of her face on her music stand, but her mother will not buy her glasses. And you want me to give a shit that your kid is lazy? I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Oh, so no, it just doesn't happen.
Time in my life.
The priorities that parents have is absolutely ridiculous.
It is, and it's because there's this window of some of these parents are so loaded or so privileged, and there's this huge wealth gap that you see, especially in Title I schools. There's a huge wealth gap that it's just crazy. You have no idea. You're in there and you see it for yourself.
I'll say, until you see it in person, you can say all day, "Oh, there's a gap, there's a gap," but until you actually see it.
When you see it, it just impacts you so differently.
Mm-hmm.
so different. And I think that's important. And I think a lot of people that are like, and I talk a lot about like teaching and socialism on this channel. And I think a lot of people want to shit on people like me they think we're all like bleeding hearts and we don't care about like financial or practicality, but like I care about people because I see people that would benefit from the programs that I constantly talk about.
Exactly.
Because of the bureaucrats that I also have to deal with that line their pockets with the federal funds they're deprived from those students. It is.
Yeah, no, that's why I can't stand the people that are in charge of the government. Because it's all the privileged people that are in charge of the government.
Yes.
Like, have you
People
ever not been able to, like, those people,
right.
like, they don't have to worry about where their food's coming from because they can just go to a store and buy some.
Right. I don't think people understand that we lean farther right than they think, like, that much of the government, and it's why I identify as a socialist. I'm registered as a Democrat, but I don't really identify that because I think people don't realize how far right both of those parties lean until you're in there and you're like, God, no one is helping these people because they're like, oh, it's not capitalist enough to help these people.
Yeah, no.
You don't.
No, the government currently is trying to claim that there's no inflation going on. I work in a grocery store. I am very sorry. I work in a grocery store. I see the price tags change.
You see the inflation. You see it happen. And, like, you see the way the schools are being right? They just want to pretend it's not happening. Or they want to talk about it, but they aren't about it because
I'll say it's like that forbidden thing. Ooh, nobody talks about it. Ooh, it's scary. Don't talk about it. It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, it still exists. You just don't want to talk about it and admit it.
Nobody wants to just.
Like, you think that if you don't look at it, it doesn't exist. Like, no, that's not how that works. That's not how real life works. It still exists. But yeah, that's just how people are. They drive me crazy. I don't understand it.
Right, I agree. And it's crazy how much people will just turn a blind eye to the people they say they're advocating for when it doesn't line their pockets.
Exactly. I'll say if it doesn't give you a profit, people don't care normally. And it's like most of the time it doesn't make a profit, but it's helping someone. Who cares if you get paid for it?
Exactly. It's
ugh. See, this is the precise reason why when one of my uncles, the rich snob, comes to visit, I don't talk to him. I literally go and hang out with you guys instead.
Well, yeah, like
it's just ugh.
And people, it's crazy. People wonder why I have this like, and I've talked about this a lot on this podcast. That I have this like, and people I'm sure have been upset like, oh man, she just hates rich people, and I'm like, y'all think that I just like come from nowhere? Like, it's not like I have some prejudice against people because they have money. I like just like rich people because the vast majority of the time they are inherently immoral. Like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. A lot of the rich people you hear about them buying these giant mansions with like 15 bedrooms, 30-something bathrooms.
Like, these are not, like, people think that, like, all rich people are, like, Tony Stark or, like, Bruce Wayne or, like...
And it's like, no.
No, they're Lex Luthor. That's what they are.
I'll say, yeah, they're Lex Luthor. They don't care.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna hop off for a second because Josh just texted me that he's very stressed. Give me just a second.
Okay, right. You're good.
I gotta give him a call.
You're fine. But yeah, no, it's my favorite thing that I ever, one of the few times I've actually, this happened on Twitter, and I don't have a Twitter, but that stuff still pops up in my feed. And basically it was, the government basically said, Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger or something. And no, even better. You know what Elon Musk's his response was? He says, if I have the money to solve, a big problem like that, he's like, I would love to see your notes of where you divide my money, like how it's divided, what, like each group that it gets given to. He said, send me the percentages and I'll donate. He said, send me the percentages, I'll donate. No response from the government. He's like, send me the percentages because I want to see exactly where my money is going. Where you think it is important enough to go.
Yeah.
And the government never responded.
Yeah, because in reality, they want it back into their own system so they can distribute it back to the 1%.
Exactly. The fact that they weren't willing to respond to say where the money was going exactly shows that while they can say one thing, they don't mean it.
Yeah.
So-and-so has enough money to do this. Okay. Tell them where the money goes and they'll do it. Sorry, we don't have those notes. Those aren't accessible for the public. Like, excuse me. No, that's not how that works.
So you just want me to write a check.
Exactly. You just want them to write a blank check to you guys and let you do whatever you want with it. And it's like, no. It's like when they write blank checks to schools. Where does that funding go? To the sports department.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that bullshit.
I'll say, it always goes to sports departments for some stupid reason. Not saying that sports departments don't deserve it, but, guys.
They don't need the amount that they're given.
Money. No, you don't need the money. That money is better spent for the other departments that desperately need it.
Yeah,
like
even just the teachers. That or just the teachers who can't even afford, like, construction paper or scissors.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'll say, the things that teachers have to do to help their students is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and specifically, like what you guys were talking about with the special needs, like, those fundings don't even exist hardly just because people don't want to support them. It's, they're a waste of space, why should we bother giving any resources to them?
And what's worse is, those are the students that are actually at school the longest, because they stay at school until they're, like, in their 20s.
Yeah.
I'll say, so they should be getting a lot more focus and a lot more support and funding and stuff, and they're just not.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really unfair.
Yep, but as the saying goes, life is unfair, even though we try to make it not.
Yeah, well, life is only unfair because those in power have
choose
everything.
To make it.
Yeah. They already have everything, so who cares if they do this or do that? It's not going to affect them. It's going to affect us. So why would they care?
Yeah.
It's not going to
There's only
them.
A handful. Yeah, there's only a handful that actually care.
Yeah. There's a very small amount that actually give a damn about us.
Yeah, and when they do care and they want to try and help, government screws them over.
It's like, the government screws them over, takes away their funding, takes away their speeches and stuff, calls them radicals. Says that they're trying to go against the government and, do bad things.
Yep. Yeah, time to be in a bad mood now, cause.
I know. Now, time for everybody to be, everyone who's listening, to be pissed off because of what we're talking about. I'm guarantee you, there's people who are listening that are just like, nah, America's the land of the free and all that.
Then why does every single
country?
Then why does every single country hate us?
Yeah, exactly. Why does every country hate us? Why do our citizens have to pay hundreds of dollars for medication that they live on, that they will die without? And I'm saying this from experience because my dad has severe asthma. His inhaler without insurance is, I believe, between $300 and $400. And that will last him about a month.
Yeah. Which
it's ridiculous. And then you gotta pay $1,000, $5,000, something like that for the wee woo wagon.
Oh God!
You want to ride in an ambulance, you gotta pay hundreds of dollars for that.
Yep.
When I went to the hospital because of flu, because I had never had flu before, but freshman year I got flu, and I didn't know what it was. By the time I realized that I needed to actually probably go to a doctor's office, one, it was night, so our school doctor's office was closed, and two, I had become severely dehydrated because I get dehydrated very easily, unfortunately. I had become severely dehydrated. I do mean severely. Like, I could not really even stand up without nearly passing out.
Yep.
Thank God, schools have free ambulances. But when I went
I wish I knew
to the
that.
hospital, one bag of fluid, to have only one bag of IV fluid put in me, as required by the doctors for me to get better. $500 just to have a bag of water pumped in me. $500.
Yep. I think it cost me like that much just to get a tetanus shot.
Yeah. Nah, it's ridiculous. Because I remember my parents telling me afterwards, oh yeah, that was like $500. And I was like, that was what now? Fluids, me going on fluids so I can live was $500? What? A bag of water was $500? I was like, damn,
it just makes you feel guilty.
I know, afterwards. I was like, damn, I should have just drank water. If I knew it was that much, I would have just drank water. Of course, unfortunately, at the point where I was, water wouldn't have solved it. I did need the fluids. Otherwise, I would have had to drink, I believe, about 3 bottles of water. And if you drink that much water that quickly, like, you'll get sick. So, it wasn't going to happen. But, yeah, no, it was like, gee, this is ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was shocked. I mean, well, I wasn't shocked. I was more just appalled and disgusted.
God of America, home of the free, not.
Huh. America, home of those who can afford good things and those who mainly cannot.
Yep. There is no. That middle ground is like growing bigger and bigger. No, not. It's spreading? No? You know what I mean.
Yes.
I can't word.
The divide between wealth is growing. Especially because the pandemic is still going on, and as a result of the pandemic, there's inflation. There's all these other economic issues going on because, as a result of all of that, we're just not recovering, and the divide gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because now there are really a lot of people who can't afford to actually, have things. And I would like to point out, there are people, those same people who, oh, boo-hoo, they don't have jobs and stuff. There are people who choose not to have jobs because they're getting paid thousands of dollars a month by the government.
Yeah, like...
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, get a flippin' job. I wish the government would set, like, a time limit. Like, you have until such and such time, such and such date to get a job. And this is how much we will pay you until you do so. And then
crack down on that now?
I don't think so. I think it's been brought up as an issue multiple times, but I don't think they cracked down on it.
Well, I meant specifically with the COVID one, where it was like giving out people $600 or something.
I want to say they
And
stopped giving out the money. Yeah.
yeah.
But as for the other thing, no, I don't think they've cracked down on
Oh
it.
no, that part no.
No. I know that they're still giving the families that have kids money. You know, which makes
Yeah.
sense because, you know, kids, that makes sense. Like that I'm fine with. I'm not going to argue about it, but
I will argue to an extent depending on the type of household.
I'll say, you know,
'Cause
there are families who will get the money and then they'll just spend it on themselves, not actually their kids. That I don't like.
Yeah, like going back to the parents who shouldn't be parents, they do that. Like, there's too many foster families that do that, and they're just regular families that do that.
Yeah, I'd say it amazes me, but it doesn't. It just pisses me off.
It's more sickening. Episode's just so depressing.
I just don't understand people. They just piss me off.
Talking about some fun things and interesting gifts that Panda got, or teachers got, to just like sadness.
Yeah, sorry guys, we took a depressing turn. However,
Yes.
life is depressing. I'm sorry, but this is life. I don't know what y'all want me to say.
Hence why there is plenty of antidepressants around.
Yeah, literally.
Take those, don't do drugs, kids. For the love of God.
Don't do drugs.
Get help.
Get help, go to therapy. Therapy is a wonderful thing. Speaking of which, News, have you gone back to Rob? Have you texted Rob? Emailed Rob?
No, because I actually just got an email from him stating that he's not available till after January 10th. So I'm about to go about 2 months without talking to him.
This is why you're writing that paper and doing the presentation to us.
Oh, for the love of God.
You don't have a say in it. Also, I apologize, people. I'm opening a can of root beer.
Now I want root beer. Yeah, no, and I would set up that appointment, but because I don't know what's going to go on with the job application, I don't want to set it up yet because I don't know what my hours would be if I do get the job.
I think you mean when you get the job, not if. But, you know.
No, I mean if.
No, you mean when. Muse doesn't think she's going to get the job, except she's got both me and Shiota, you know, basically vying for her. And on top of that, Shiota's already technically been training her for said job, so she's really got a high chance. And we have been telling everybody that we work with how wonderful you are and stuff, and you've already got one of the managers, G, already vouching for you.
But that just makes me feel like I'm not going to measure up to their expectations.
You'll be fine.
Welcome back, Panda.
Hey, I'm back.
We continued the depressing talk about the government and how they don't care about us by discussing lacks of funds and things.
Oh, that's a whole other issue. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
No, you're fine. Is Josh good?
He's okay. He just got a little shaken up at work today because they dented one of the barrels. And he was like, what if I get written up for it? He wasn't the one driving. He was the spotter for it. And I said, was anything serious damage? And he said, no, it was just the outer bin. And I said, well, then, honey, the worst that they can do, especially since you weren't the one driving, is be like, just be a little bit more careful next time.
I was like, the worst they can do is just tell them to be more careful.
I doubt they would write you up for that, you know. But
no, they can't.
What for what? Like, you know, like an outer container got damaged, you know, like.
That's what I'm saying. They can't write him up because literally he basically did nothing wrong.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even driving. He was just the spotter. Spotter can only do so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is okay.
That's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he and I are gonna continue our Halo campaign. After the 24th.
Okay. I'm so excited to get my hands on this new laptop.
Has it not come in yet?
It just did.
It just did? Nice.
She's brand spanking new.
That's good.
Yep. So we only have one more.
Did I recommend it to you, or?
Well, it was like, it's an Alienware, so I'd had my...
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good one.
It was a... Yeah, no, I've been, based on you and just my own research, I'd been looking into this one, and she was not cheap, but she was worth it, so...
I'll say, no, they're not cheap, unfortunately, but they are worth it. And I tell you guys to do these things specifically so what happened to Muses, and I'm not going to scold you again, Muse. Specifically so what happened to Muses doesn't happen to y'all. Again, I'm not going to scold you. You've already been scolded enough, but... Just saying. I tell you guys these things for a reason. For those of you listening, laptops don't last a long time. Not with the way technology's going. They last, I'd say, between about 6 years. And then you basically are forced to upgrade it.
I've only had mine for 3.
Yes, but you also don't know how to take care of things that are technology.
Well...
And it was set up wrong.
That wasn't my fault.
I know, which is why your roommate set this one up.
Yes.
And didn't let you touch it.
Yes. Yes, because my roommate is a computer genius. And I'm slightly jealous, and I wish I went to the same profession because she's about to make 6 digits once she graduates.
Look at her. Good for her.
And I'm like, can I have this, please?
Yeah, that's when my dad was trying to push me into computers. He was like, you can make good money, you already know, like, almost everything. He's like, you already know, like, half of the things that you need to know.
Like, I also think it's important to have something that fulfills. Yeah. Money, right?
I'll say, computers would have, paid my bills, but do I love computers? No. Not really. Am I good at it? Yeah. But do I love them? No. Do I want to have them as a profession? No.
Yeah.
Do I know how to do things? Yes. Did I lecture Muse yesterday about computers? Yes. Speaking of which, Muse.
What?
Get a laptop desk. Get a little tabletop laptop deal that you can put on your lap.
Okay,
that's the only way to prevent overheating.
The reason it overheated is because I had my laptop on my lap in my bed.
Yes. And when you do that, the vents are on your blanket.
Yes,
I know. They cannot ventilate and cool. You need to if you're going to put your laptop on your lap, you need to get one of those little laptop trays.
The only reason I was doing that is because I now just cleaned up my room to where my computer right now is on my desk. I'm going to keep it there. I can
still get a laptop tray just to have one.
Money, money, money.
Money, money, money.
It must be funny.
It's in a rich man's world.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, you know the lyrics, you just sing it.
It's hard to resist.
It's very hard to resist. Impromptu misfit karaoke. It's impromptu misfit karaoke night. Leave us be.
I'd love to do karaoke night. Yo, I do a mean Don't Lose Your Head from Six the Musical. I'll be like French court, we bonjour.
I would love for us to do karaoke.
We did a couple times at the Christmas party when I had the Wii set up and we had the music games.
Yeah, we did. We should do that again.
Oh God, I will have to. My brother stole my mic.
Kids so bad. I got a week and a half of them after this break. Oh no. High schoolers. I miss my high school. I really hope they come back next year. I'm some of them do at least. Oh my god.
Also, if they love you like you say that they should, and like it seems like they do based on the story you told earlier, then you don't have anything to worry about. They'll come back.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the ones that do come back means they want to continue with it and want to be taught by you.
Care, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that don't continue is a good thing.
Yeah. I'll say the ones that don't continue, goodbye, good riddance.
It depends on the situation, though.
That's very true.
That's definitely true. Some of them are giving it up for next semester for APs and all kinds.
Yeah, I had to give band up because of Kim. My chemistry class, the only way I could take my chemistry class was if I gave up band, which I was very upset about, and I gave a very stern talking to the registration person, but, fine.
Yeah.
I really did give him a stern talk. I was not happy. But
yeah, we had a bad orchestra teacher, so I quit because of that, but also due to medical issues.
Yeah,
your orchestra teacher sucked. Also, ignore that voice crack. I'm still trying to learn the pitches that I can't go to anymore.
He never stopped to make us clap a rhythm ever.
Yeah. Are you teaching? I'm just very curious. Are you having your students do the like violin 1, 2, 3, like this cheating? Not cheating.
I haven't done seating like auditions. I kind of seat them randomly so that they each get a chance to play different sections.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. I don't think it's fair because then you have the kids that that have the time to pour all their energy into the music, and they're the ones that get all the good positions and all the seat chair 1 and chair 1's music notes and stuff. It's not fair.
My strong players are. I found that I really don't need to audition them because I know who my strong players are and I know where I want them. Do you know what I mean? If you're good at what you do, you perceive that and you know who has strong points of leadership. It's about more than just playing ability at a certain point. And especially in a scholastic environment, it's about a lot more than just playing. It's about leadership roles, the ability to work as a team, and all kinds of things that determine where I put a kid at this point. It's for me, especially my 6th graders. I don't see them. I play together. We're learning. We're
they're learning.
Where I don't sit down and make them compete for chairs. It's not something that I have the time for. It's not something that I find beneficial to my program. Maybe if I had a separate orchestra that was specifically for advanced students, I would do that, but I don't. So,
dude, I remember in band class I used to be terrified of our little seating arrangement things because it was like I knew who the really good players were.
And I understand that Mr. C had an advanced band, wind ensemble, so that is why he was doing the seating auditions, and I respect that. But I do not have that. Oh jeez.
Be safe.
Yes, please be safe, Panda.
Psychopath going 90 miles an hour. Anyway.
Oh Jesus.
They must have been. I'm going almost 70. He just flew right past me. Anyway.
still too wary about cars, and especially after my cousin.
I know. People don't know how to fucking drive on this interstate. They do not. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you the details as to what happened, did I?
I don't think you did.
Yeah, so. Oh, Wolf, you're going to love this. Because you and Shadow both hate these. Um, my cousin was on this road where you go about 50 miles per hour,
Mm-hmm.
and this crazy ass lady decides to do an illegal U-turn.
I hate U-turns.
An illegal turn at that.
Yeah, so she went straight into the side of his car.
Oh my god.
Well, see, she's responsible for everything. She's responsible for the medical
Yeah.
bills. She's responsible for paying for the car damages.
Yeah, no, the car is gone. He was in the hospital, I think, for 3 days because he had a collapsed lung and a broken rib.
Yeah, no, I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah. For a second, we thought it was his fault because my uncle was like, I'm going to kill him. But it was because he left the dogs outside.
You know what? Like,
I prefer the dogs being left outside then.
the dogs will be okay
I'll say, let sleeping dogs lie. Get it?
for a little while. They are okay.
I'll say,
Damn
they'll
it,
survive.
Wolf.
Unless it's like supremely cold outside.
It
Like,
was. That was the issue. It got very cold out.
how cold?
Okay,
I
well,
think it
that one
got
I can see
down.
him being a little upset about, but still.
Yeah, because I think it got to 35.
Okay, 35 is not. Yes, it's not great, but for most dogs, they will
It won't
be
kill them.
like I had and see like it depends on the breed. Like I had an Eskimo, she would have been fine. You know, like
Yeah.
Poor Maya would have frozen her little ears off. She would have been fine, but her ears would freeze.
Candy lived for the snow. We'd have to beg her to come inside because she loved the snow because she was bred for that.
Yeah.
So like, but of course my Yorkie, absolutely not. Like, but
Yeah. God, I love seeing the videos where it's of huskies and the owners are just practically dragging them inside.
but
Yeah, because huskies were meant for the cold.
the dog is fine. You know, like the
Yeah.
dog wants to come inside when it is too cold. I promise you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll say, if the dog gets cold, they'll come inside.
eventually, like we just stay out there as long as she wanted because like she just loved it and she was bred for it. You know, she was an Eskimo. Like, she was fine. You know, like the other two are like dogs.
Yeah.
No. Maya just sits at the door and looks cute, and she's like, "Let me in. I'm cold."
Oh,
And she was not bred for the cold, so we do try to. She has a little jacket that she wears when she's outside.
Yeah.
I promise you they will come inside when they need to. It's going to be okay. They just love the cold. They can't help it. It's what they're bred for, some of them. So like, just let them do it.
I'll say, just leave them be. They'll do their own thing.
Okay.
When they want to come in, they'll go stand at the door and let you know, like, "Hey, let me in." But until then, just let them do their own thing.
Is this the right color? No. Yes? Yes. Haha.
Yo. Man, I do miss that dog. But yeah. Anyway, I hate the interstate.
No, I don't blame you.
I'm fine now. I've gotten used to people speak around me because I'm so strict about the way people speak. But I'm telling you, people, this is not NASCAR. I'm trying to win any kind of World Cup. I'm literally really just trying to get where I'm going. I don't have any desire to speed up because it's not a race to me.
That's what the left lane is for. If you want to be speed racer, go to the left lane. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of the left lane.
Here's what upsets me about the left lane. Is that it is not an excuse for you to go 20 miles over the speed limit.
No, it's not. It is an excuse for you to go maybe another 5 miles over the speed limit, but not whip by.
If you could tell that to my father, that would be great.
Tuh. If I could get my own father to listen to it, I would. He's Mr. Leadfoot.
What is with the dads?
I don't know. My sister's a little Leadfoot at the same time, though.
Oof.
Well, we get on her about it.
Yeah,
she doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, my brother is also like that.
We try to yell at my sister whenever she starts going fast. We're like, there's a speed limit.
Yeah, sorry about that. My mom called me.
Everyone's trying to get you.
I'm telling you, like, it's not an excuse. I was passing at one point. This guy was riding my tail and was like very aggressively driving behind me, and I had a panic attack. I thought he was going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a person that was like riding my butt and they almost ran me off the road. I was just kind of like, seriously, man?
And it is, you would be amazed like how aggressive people are, because there's no reason for it. There's no reason to be that aggressive.
It really isn't. It's like, cool, you might be able to pass me, but there's traffic up ahead. Like, you're not going to go far.
Yeah.
Makes people get distracted every now and again. It is not a reason to be so aggressive and angry. Like, there comes a point where you have to breathe and know that people are most of the time doing their best.
I know, yeah, people, we're going as fast as we can. If we could get from point A to point B faster, we would.
If I could do a Hannah Montana transition and be there, I would, but I can't. So,
I'll say, yeah, we're not that good.
You don't think? I sometimes really do wish I could just go, yeah, and just be where I wanted to be.
Dude, I wish. I would never be late to anything. I wouldn't have to deal with traffic. I wouldn't have to deal with people not knowing where they're going.
Yeah. Same time, I would not want to be around that type of technology.
Something more lighthearted.
I'll say that. Let's talk about something more lighthearted before we end.
So, I've been rediscovering my love for Katy McGraw recently. And so, for those of you who don't know who the Rose Katy McGraw is, Katy McGraw plays most recently Lena Luthor on Supergirl, but she also played Lucy Westenra on the Dracula revival that happened years ago, and she was also Morgana on Merlin.
Ooh, yep, I recognize her now.
So she's been in a lot of stuff, but some of you, if you're really nerdy, you'll know Morgana, and if you're just really gay, you'll know Lena Luthor. but I said, I just found out when I had only seen her as Lena, and I was like, oh, she's really pretty. And then I find out she's Irish, and I was like, now I'm a simp.
Panda's got a type.
I am a slut for an Irish accent. I'm just talking about. I really am. I don't think y'all understand. I have, and there are a whole lot of Irish actors in Hollywood. At least actresses, anyway. But when I was watching Merlin, and she came out, and she had that fucking Irish accent, I have never seen. It is so rare for someone to look like that, like black eyes and blue hair, and that is definitely a thing for me. So I'm telling you, I was just binging scenes of her and Lucy and Dracula and all kinds of stuff. But she was actually gay in Dracula. So,
yeah.
But one of the are a Katy McGraw fan, you know this. One of the most upsetting things about whenever she plays characters is that they'll tease a relationship and then they'll just be like, oh, never mind. So there's this whole hashtag surrounding her called hashtag Give Katy McGraw a Girlfriend.
Hmm.
I'm like, stop. Everyone was really mad at the Supergirl finale because they literally just made Supergirl and Lena be like, oh, nope, just gals being pals.
Yeah.
When in reality, I don't watch that show. Even I was going gay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is because it was Katy McGraw. But people watched Supergirl. It was very popular with lesbians because of Katy McGraw. And you know this because, like, lesbians will gravitate towards any show that she stars in. She has that, like... That
I'm telling you, they got a type just like you.
I feel like people don't realize that there's this, like, universal type among, like, queer women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have your, like, Megan Foxes and your Katy McGraths and your... Who else? Your Sarah Paulsons and... Bassett. So,
Panda,
like, Kravitz.
yeah. Panda, I can understand why you like Irish women, because the Irish accent has been rated as the world's sexiest
I'll say
accent.
it's been rated as the world's sexiest accent.
I don't know why it's so sexy, but it just is. I don't know why.
No, it is.
It's just sexy. She comes out in this interview and she goes, "I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm jet lagged and I'm jet lagged and I'm Irish." And I said, "You forgot sexy. Excuse me. You forgot you're Irish and you're sexy. I'm sorry." And if you've watched Merlin, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I watched every single episode of Merlin.
My God.
Can confirm.
Setting.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. There's just something about that energy that I know so many queer women that just love Katy McGraw. So funny. And I don't even know if she's queer or not. Bi, but I'm not positive. I found this really cute compilation of her where it was just her in her interviews, and she plays all these dark, like, sexy characters in TV shows, but in real life she's like a rich Irish sunshine.
I'll say IRL, she's like super nice and stuff.
So cute. And they were talking, her and her, like, castmates were talking about what house they were, and she was off screen and someone was like, "What house is Katy in?" And her co-star was like, "She's actually a Hufflepuff, if you can believe that." And all of a sudden Katy comes from off screen with just a full ass chocolate cake, like, "I made cake!" And I said, this Hufflepuff energy right now.
Yeah, seriously.
It's very true.
I said, she's such a Slytherin on screen, but in real life, she's such a Hufflepuff.
Well, I mean, the two are such a awesome dynamic.
So cute.
I've seen so many TikToks where it's like, if you've lost, like, for the Slytherins, if you lost your Hufflepuff, they're over here. Like,
it's so funny. She looks like a Slytherin, and you, like, look at her, and she plays, like I said, she plays all these, like, sexy characters, so you just assume she's a Slytherin. But then in real life, she's so adorable, and it's so funny. It's such a weird contrast to the way she looks. I don't know. Like,
oh my god.
Funny. No, I can't watch Supergirl. I was watching Supergirl scenes, and she'll say things, and her accent comes out, and I'll say, "Stop it! Stop it!" I'm in a committed relationship. I can't do this.
Oh, please, yeah, you're in a committed relationship. Even Josh lets you simp.
Literally,
He knows he can't stop you.
I love him so much, but if she came up to me and was like, "You want to get out of here?" I'd be like, "Peace out." Goodbye.
Are you kidding? You think he's not aware of that? I'm pretty sure he is aware of it.
I'd be like, "It's been real." Like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't say no. Like, course, there's hints of sarcasm in that. But, I don't know.
Hints.
I'm sorry.
Josh knows it. Josh is a sweetheart. He's a teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
Josh is such a nice guy.
Yeah. Wolf, on a very, very, very side note, you might want to tell Miss that we're not streaming.
Yes, I might need to. Oh, yep. No, she says your Twitch is late.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Wait,
We
who?
don't start till 8:30. Hold on.
It's only 7:30.
Yeah.
Start until 8:30. Also, technically we could do it because we have 3 people, but that's if Panda had her laptop set up for Phasmophobia.
She's not going to make it in time.
I'm not getting home till 9.
I know, she's driving. Yeah. Let me just text Mist. Also, no stream tonight due to lack of attendance.
Not me
Yeah.
buying a $1,000 laptop to play Stardew Valley on it. That's
Oh.
good.
Wolf, at some point I need to show you my map on Minecraft. I might have spent a little too much time.
Woo!
A little.
Just a little.
I mean, technically Mist could watch Muse and I being complete pussies, but...
True, but oh god.
I don't think it would be as entertaining with just 2 people.
Yeah.
We'll do Phasmophobia next time for her. By the way, guys, Mist is a friend of mine. She is a gamer friend of mine. I told her Wednesday because we FaceTimed actually at Shioda's house while we were recording. Because Shioda gave Muse her Facebook, and now their friends too are on Facebook. So now both Shioda and Muse are friends with her on Facebook, and now I can't escape it!
Cause you screwed up. You screwed up.
I did. I should have never let y'all. I should have never. My biggest mistake was
Answering
I
the call.
answered her call at work one day when I was going on break, and Shioda was there.
Yep.
And that was where everything went downhill.
Yep.
2 hours.
That's
2
where
hours.
everything went downhill because
2 hours, Panda.
You're getting close.
Because then Shioda gave her his phone number, and now they text each other. And then Shioda gave Muse the information, and now they're texting. And I don't think I've ever had as many regrets as I've ever had like then.
I'm gonna text with this person.
No, Muse, no, no more, no.
Again, Wolf, you made the huge mistake of answering that call.
I really did.
I don't know who this person is. Have you seen her face?
Uh-huh.
They have too. She's a person that I met spring of my freshman year through Xbox, and we've been gaming ever since. We're very close. She basically calls me her little brother, and to me, she's like a big sister who murders me a lot.
And also calls him Blub Blub.
And yes, we're not.
What?
Nope. That's a story that's already been in a podcast. You'll have to find the episode for that. I can't even tell you which episode it's in because we have had. I believe this is podcast episode number 54. By the way, guys, we passed the 50s.
Oh god.
For what?
This is episode 54 of our podcast. We passed the 50s.
Oh my god.
Wait. Oh god. In 2 weeks is my... Are we still doing birthday podcast?
Yes. I'll say my birthday thing is I want to play Phasmophobia with y'all at some point.
Okay, so yours is a stream.
Mine's a birthday stream.
Okay, we can aim to try and do the podcast and stream on the 31st.
I'll say, yeah, because Next week, also, yeah, guys, next week, there's not going to be a podcast or a stream, obviously, because it is Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve, and unfortunately, both Shota and I have to actually work on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve is ass. Because
yeah, Shota and I have to close.
Be prepared for lots of lobster. Go through your mind.
Oh no, trust me, I can't wait because we're gonna have run out of things by then. I can't wait till I get people screaming at me. Why don't you have more of this? And it's like because we just don't. I don't know what you want me to say. We don't have it. Sorry.
Like because it's fucking Christmas Eve and I want to go home. That's why.
No, I already know how I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go to work in just a hoodie. Like screw uniform. I'm just gonna work in a hoodie. I can't complain about it because my coworkers, 2 of my coworkers have kids, and then one of them's still in training. So like, I would rather them choose me to close so they can spend time with their family and their kids and stuff.
That's reasonable. I mean, that's fine.
I'll say it's fine with me because yeah, the only other thing we'd be doing is the podcast. So
all of my family is grown. I don't have little baby siblings. I mean, I understood why I was scheduled because at that point, I was their best cashier, and also I did not have little baby siblings or children who had tucked in, and like I had to kind of stuff. Like I get that, but it still sucks, Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll say no. It still sucks because you have to deal with old people buying things last minute.
And it's like you'd be amazed how it was so crowded the year that I worked. I worked last Christmas Eve when I was still at the grocery store, and it was horrible. Like,
I just don't understand why people want to just go out and buy things last minute. Like, you can't do it at a reasonable time. You can't do it early. No, you have to. You're the reason that we keep grocery stores open that long.
I feel like my 7th grade. Do anything on time. Everything the last damn minute.
Hey Wolf, when do you get back?
From what?
Your thing? Your trip?
My trip? I leave tomorrow. I'll be back the 23rd.
Do you work at all that day?
The 23rd? No, but I don't know what time I'm coming home. Why?
Trying to figure out when to make the cookies.
Okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say because I'll be there all next week and some the week after.
Also, I'd love if we could hang out at some point.
Yeah.
I won't be going back home until Wednesday after next. So.
Well, maybe we can try and hang out on a day or something when we can figure out people's schedules and things.
Yeah, when Wolf gets back, I'm out of town.
Yeah.
We should name this podcast Socialism and Katy McGraw.
Socialism and Katy McGraw. Done. That's the title. I'm typing it down now.
Space with a panda making heart eyes on it.
Oh yeah, little heart eyes panda.
Heart eyes. Oh my god. So, no. Life isn't fair. It's like, it should be illegal to be that hot. Excuse me.
Panda.
I feel like that should be another title. Life isn't fair.
Life isn't fair. It should be illegal to be that hot.
Excuse me, ma'am. You should not look like that and also be Irish.
That takes "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" to a whole new meaning. To a whole new level. Panda would be like, "Please kiss me."
Look, fuck me, you're Irish.
No, yeah, no, I was about to say.
No, hers would be.
Fuck me, you're Irish. Yeah. Oh my god.
Probably want to wrap it up.
Yeah,
soon.
let's go ahead and wrap it up. I guess we can go ahead and say Merry Christmas because we won't be saying it next week.
Once blessed Yule.
Yeah. Merry holidays.
And a very happy
holiday.
Merry holidays. Be
God
merry.
damn it. Oh.
I don't like doing things stereotypical. Who cares about I don't care if you have a happy holidays, just have a merry holidays. Merry holidays, merry whatever. You don't gotta be happy.
Happy belated Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and of course a blessed Yule to all. So
Yep, and if you don't celebrate any of those, have a good day.
have a nice day.
Oh, I just realized Kwanzaa starts on my birthday.
26.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting what?
I didn't know it started then. I just knew it was Boxing Day.
Yeah, no, Muses' birthday's on Boxing Day.
What is Boxing Day?
It's when you box up all your Christmas stuff. That's all it is.
I'll say it's literally just, it's the day after Christmas, now it's time to put Christmas away.
I remember when I was a little kid, I used to see that on my own calendar and be like, ooh, what is this? It's so mysterious.
I know, I used to think it was something cool, something to do with boxes. Like, do cool things with boxes or something, but it's like, nah, it's just putting Christmas stuff away.
No, it was traditionally a day off for servants and the day when they received a special Christmas box from their masters.
Not anymore.
Now we just...
Shut up, Muse! I can't help the voice cracks. I'm going through puberty again, man.
Why does that feel kinky? I don't like how kinky you made that sound, the way you said it. They received a special Christmas box from the master. There we go.
I guess in that case, I guess that tradition continues in some relationships.
Okay, and with that...
And with that, time to end the podcast.
Katy McGraw,
Shut up! I can't help the voice cracks. Can we just end?
Lovely holiday to everyone, to Katy McGraw only. Alright.
What, you're pretty
Not too old?
Panda only cares about her.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
See you guys in 2 weeks.